Okay, good morning. Alana, where are we at?
Shawnee State Forest, southern backpacking loop for Camp 6.
That's a mouthful. Yeah, this is a little bit of a scouting mission for us. We're going to do part of the backpacking loop today.
Yes.
Check out the camps and make sure that when summer comes around and we're looking to lay in even more mileage than today's predicted 8.
Yes.
We'll be prepared for it. So we ended up getting here just a little bit early and we didn't pack our headlamps, so we're going to wait for a little bit more light to come on and then we're going to hit the trail. So join us for that. Here we go. All right, here with just a quick check-in. We are at 2.3 miles for us, yep. And that's about right. We are at what we believe to be Camp 6. Now, I'll be honest, it's a little bit confusing. The last clip you saw was another little sign or post that said Camp 6 across that water. Now, we have had tremendous rain around here the last couple of days, so maybe there's more water flowing than is typical. But I am not going to go check out what we believe to be some other campsites across the water. I did show you just prior to that last scene a little bit of a campsite, just one single campsite that I think would work at least decently if you needed it to. So far, though, the hike has been great. Yeah. So that's a quick check-in. I did go down to the water just underneath what we believe to be that one Trail 6 camp, and snagged a photo as sun was starting to come up and kind of peek over the hills. So yeah, here it comes now, and we're gonna get hiking again.
Well, I need to make a little bit of a correction. Shortly after we were moving again, we found our way to and across the stream that was much more manageable. After making our way across, we found the main Camp 6 area with several tent and hammock options.
There you go.
can see, we've made it back to the car.
Yep. We ended up with 8.4 miles the way we did the trail. And of course, there's always a little bit of out and back.
Yeah.
But
and exploring.
Really, really not too much this time.
No.
One little loop where we checked out the Camp 6 area.
Yes.
But for the most part, I think that's a pretty accurate mileage.
Yep.
Now, our route, and I'll pop up a map now, we started at the northernmost point and then made our way south on the westerly route, and that's the trail that kind of runs along the gorge down right along the water for a very long way. And then as you reach the very southern point, you sort of cut your way over east, and then we made our way back up north on that easterly route. One thing I will mention is once you make your way to that far southern point, basically from there for a good long while, it is up, and it is a steep up.
Yes,
like it's it goes on for a couple miles. Like it was just, it gives you just a moment of a reprieve, and then poof, you're going back up again. So prepare for that if you follow the same route.
Yes.
And I think I probably would.
Yes.
Just because I think, especially this time of year.
Yes.
I think you'd freeze.
Yeah.
Like,
well, on the way back, we were on the forestry road, so
yeah, that's right. And
it was windy too.
We
so
had
catch
some
the wind. Yeah.
We had some up and downs where we were able to kind of get some blood flow and get a little bit warmer this morning.
Right.
So, because we have had almost a 20-degree temperature change from when we started out this morning. What'd you think?
I liked it. It was a good mix, up, down, rounds, water, a lot of water crossings.
Yes, there was a lot of water crossings. I was really concerned when you told me that a portion of the trail was along the forestry road.
Yeah.
But as luck would have it, that forestry road was closed off. Now, I can't promise that it would be all of the time, but the gate was closed. I will say that the road looked like it had been some time before any vehicle had traveled on it or done anything.
It had been
so
a while. Yeah.
I feel pretty good that you'd have that pretty solo or really wide hiking path.
Yes.
To your point earlier, though, I was going to count to report the number of water crossings, and I gave up like a mile and a half in.
Too many.
There was easily 24 water crossings, and some of them quite deep. I'll go ahead and pop up again, but our muck boots, our waterproof boots, they're a good like 12, 14 inches high, and we really, like, on mine, that one way I walked, you picked a better route, but I got close.
Yeah.
Even you were close on yours. So if you hike here, now some of that water could be from the rain that we've had.
Correct.
But I don't think all of it is. Like, I think if you hike, if you do this trail, you're going to get in some mud and you're going to get some wet feet.
Yes.
Just plan on it.
Yep. Just plan on it.
Yeah. Okay.
So as far as kid and pet friendly, I think pet friendliness, definitely it is on a leash like it normally is in most parks in Ohio. Kid wise, other than the length, I think the water tromping around easy up and down, some of it's steep, so they take their time, but again, that comes back to the length of the
Yeah, I think I mostly agree with you. Pet friendly, absolutely. If you've got a water loving dog, our chocolate lab, Tanner, God rest her soul, she would have had a blast splashing and having fun with all the water crossings. A kid, you know, that large uphill and some of the steepness, it's the type of trail and length that I would think, even really through teenagers, I think about Keegan even through his teenage years with us. He'd have been like, really? Like, I just feel like it's starting to push a length, especially with the hills, where maybe not so much. So if you've got a teen that's really into hiking, maybe, but I think I might disagree a little bit on the kids.
Okay, all right.
All right, so I will speak up on photography. I did take one photo, and I actually found quite a bit that could be interesting. I often struggle in Ohio with sort of the thatch and down trees and woods, and the gorges and waterways are absolutely no different here.
Right.
However, there are areas of pines, and there's a lot of leaf debris down. There are some things that I think if you had fog, some snow, or some special condition, it could be absolutely beautiful.
Right.
For that reason, I would say if you're into photography, absolutely take your camera with you, but you might want to pare down your lenses and gear like that. It's probably not worth carrying.
I can see that.
It's probably not worth carrying the weight. Okay, Alana, special gear accommodations or anything you think people ought to make?
Other than the stream crossings that we've already mentioned, making sure there's, depending on the season, be prepared for that. No, I didn't think anything else was out of the ordinary.
This is a good length to where it's very conceivable to pack all the water you need without much problem, but also the water was running along. So like if you had a filter mechanism, there was a lot of places where you could get to the water, with the exception of the entire back half. So as you start to make your way away from the water, that's your last shot. So you're making it 4 to 5 miles back, really without another good spot to be able to fill up. But other than that, your feet are getting wet.
Yep.
And make sure you have plenty of water on this distance. I think you're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's it. Hopefully you didn't feel like we were waffling too much there at the end and you got some value out of it. That's it. It's a wrap for us. We're on to bigger, badder, better things. Hopefully we will catch you there. To make sure, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.